Happy birthday to me! I'll be turning 25 this week, so for a bit of fun and to celebrate, I'll be sharing 5 books that are also turning 25. Let's check it out! Hi there, I'm Michelle with the Goffstown Public Library, where I'm an adult services librarian. Welcome to our library. I'm so happy you stopped by, especially because we're on the home stretch of the Imagine Your Story Summer Experience. There are still 2 weeks left of our yearly summer-long program that celebrates reading, learning, and play in all ages. That means there's still 2 weeks for you to earn tickets to our grand prize raffle by reading, completing challenges, and attending online events like this one. Visit goffstownlibrary.com/summer 2020 to log the secret code from today's event and earn tickets towards our grand prize raffle of 3 gift bags with $50 in gift cards each. You don't have to be a Goffstown Public Library card holder to participate in the adult program. But time is running out, so visit goffstownlibrary.com/summer 2020 to get started today. On this episode of Book Talk with Michelle, I'll be celebrating my upcoming 25th birthday by sharing some books that were published in 1995. Although not quite a banner year for literature, there were plenty of books published in my birth year that are still worth reading today. Out of the hundreds of thousands of books published in 1995 that are turning 25 with me this year, here are 5 standout titles. The 1990s saw the beginning of many successful series that were later turned into television and movies. And I'm talking big ones like Harry Potter and the series of unfortunate events. Among these is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, the first book in his Dark Material series. You might also know this book by its alternative title, Northern Lights. The Golden Compass follows spirited protagonist Lyra as she sets out to prevent her best friend and other kidnapped children from becoming the subject of gruesome experiments in the far north. The richly detailed writing style gives life to her fantasy world, where she is destined to fulfill an ancient prophecy. This is a children's book, but the unique characters and the pitch-perfect tension will draw readers of all ages into the universe. Plus, the sentient animal companions and adversaries are wonderful to read about. The Golden Compass has proven that even on the eve of its 25th birthday, Lyra's adventures are as stirring and fantastical as ever. And let's just do a complete 180 from children's fantasy into adult memoir. Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt is the semi-autobiographical account of the author's childhood in Depression-era Brooklyn. The family is poor in New York, but when they move to Ireland after the author's infant sister dies, the family plunges into destitution. The extreme poverty is recounted with unflinching prose. There is despair on every page, but there are also themes of love, dignity, and humor during bleak times. In its ripe old age of 25, Angela's Ashes has paved the way for other memoirs that recount childhood hardships, such as The Glass Castle by Jeanette and Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. You'll definitely want to read this one to see the author persevere despite his dismal and highly dysfunctional upbringing. Oh, here's a really well-known one. Long before it was a smash Broadway musical, Wicked by Gregory Maguire was propelling the subgenre of fractured fairy tales to the top of the charts. Wicked was Maguire's first foray into adult fiction, and it is arguably still his most well-known work. In the story, we learn what happened in Oz far before Dorothy came on the scene. Backstory is introduced for the Tin Men, Talking Animals, and the Rejoicing Munchkins, but the heart of the story follows Elphaba before she is known as the Wicked Witch of the West. Maguire paints Elphaba as sympathetic, honest, and certainly not evil. Her path towards the future that we as readers all know awaits her is filled with meditations on personal responsibility and destiny. Readers who like their fantasy with biting social criticism will appreciate both the cynicism and idealism that Gregory introduces when talking about the social, political, religious, and economic aspects of Oz. This book has some sexually explicit and foul language throughout, which sometimes serves to take the readers out of the story, but ultimately humanizes the magical characters. Retellings of famous fairy tales are a dime a dozen in 2020, but I believe there is still a place for classics like Wicked 25 years later. At the very least, Wicked is the perfect read for the Imagine Your Story summer experience theme, which draws from fantasy, folklore, and myth. And speaking of the summer experience, today's secret code is Mystery17. You can log code Mystery17 at goffstownlibrary.com/summer 2020. Once again, that's Mystery17. And don't forget, it's case sensitive. So maybe this next one is cheating a little bit, but Calvin and Hobbes' 10th anniversary book by Bill Watterson is turning 25 this year. Technically, the comic strips didn't come out in 1995, but the book was published then, and boy do I love this book. I have such fond memories reading Calvin and Hobbes collections everywhere from the barbershop while waiting for my father to the tiny bedroom in my grandmother's house. The playful strip so accurately captures the power of imagination and what it's like to be small in a big world. If you've been looking for something to laugh about, I can guarantee Calvin and Hobbes is going to do it for you. Plus, this collection has the best of the best in there. You can expect wildly imaginative adventures with Spaceman Spiff and slow, idyllic summers in the backyard with Calvin, Hobbes, and Susie. It's totally wholesome and great for all ages. I am so honored to share my birth year with this collection. And last but not least, The Lost World is enjoying 25 years of popularity. The Lost World is Christian's sequel to Jurassic Park, which was considered the most profitable literary venture to date in 1995. The Lost World took Jurassic Park out of a one-and-done story and made it into the sprawling series that we know today. In The Lost World, we follow a brand new team of scientists as they investigate reports of prehistoric animals sighted around Central America. Teams of rival scientists fight to find the dinosaurs first, but those animals are not giving up without a fight. I recommend The Lost World and its predecessor Jurassic Park if you like man versus nature stories. The arrogance of science is on full display in these books, as well as the ethical implications of playing God. And the icing on the cake is that these books are fast-paced and plot-driven. The adventure just never stops. If you're planning on reading The Lost World, you can probably get away with just having seen the Jurassic Park movie. But to get the full experience, definitely start with the Jurassic Park book. And there you have it. 5 books that are celebrating 25 years on this earth. What books were popular when you were born? Leave us a comment below. Or give us a year that you're interested in a comment and I'll respond with what books were popular then. As always, any book I mentioned today is listed in the description below, along with information about the Goffstown Public Library's downloadable resources. You can start accessing books and audiobooks, music and movies, all from your home with your library card for free. And today, you'll find a link to the summer experience. Visit goffstownlibrary.com/summer2020 to log the secret code you heard in today's video. Like and share this video if you got something out of it. It really helps out our channel. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got book talks for all ages, story times, crafts, and more. I'll see you back here next week for another episode of Book Talk with Michelle. In the meantime, connect with the Goffstown Public Library on social media for book recommendations all week long. Or visit goffstownlibrary.com to see what's in the catalog yourself. Again, I'm Michelle with the Goffstown Public Library, and I'll check you out later. Bye!